In number one, we have a linear equation with some fractional coefficients, and our strategy will be to get rid of the fractions right away by multiplying both sides by the same number. In this case, if we just multiply both sides by 7, then those denominators will cancel. So let's look at that. Let me just rewrite. All right, so now we're just going to multiply both sides by 7. We can think of this as 7 over 1 and distribute through. Okay, so we have 7 over 1 times 4x over 7 plus 7 over 1 times 3 over 7 is equal to, and on the right hand side, let's just right away cancel the denominator with this numerator, and we have 5. And now we're going to do canceling here as well. And so we have 4x plus 3 is equal to 5. So we have a linear equation now without fractional coefficients, and we solve like we always do. We'll subtract 3 from both sides. And now divide both sides by 4. So we have x is equal to 2 over 4. Reduce that. Divide top and bottom by 2, so we have x is equal to 1/2. In this second example, we have the denominators 5, 2, and 10. And again, we would like to multiply both sides by a number that will clear out the denominators. Well, if we multiply both sides by 5, then this denominator will clear out, or by 2, this one will. But if we multiply both sides by 10, since 5 divides into 10 and 2 divides into 10, all the denominators will be cleared out. So what we do is we multiply both sides by a number that all the denominators divide into evenly. So the smallest number is 10 in this case. All right, let's do the distributive law. The important thing is that this 10 should multiply through the entire set of parentheses. So let's do that. So we have 10 over 1 times 3x over 5 plus 10 over 1 times 7 over 2 is equal to, and on the right hand side we can just cancel these 10s and we have 1. Okay, let's now divide 5 into 10, or divide top and bottom by 5. And here divide top and bottom by 2. So 2 into 2 is 1, 2 into 10 is 5. And now we'll rewrite. This first term is 2 times 3x, so I'll replace that with 6x. And the second term, 5 times 7, that's 35. And now let's subtract 35 from both sides. So we have 6x is equal to negative 34. And now finally just divide both sides by 6. And we have x is equal to negative 34 divided by 6. And we can reduce this, just divide top and bottom by 2. Divide 6 by 2 and we have 3. And divide negative 34 by 2 and we have negative 17. Right. In number 3, we have denominators 7, 3, and 21. So we want to multiply both sides by a number that 7 goes into, 3 goes into, and 21 goes into. So that would be, the smallest such number would be 21. So here I recopied our equation, and now I'm going to multiply both sides by 21. Well, I'll write this 21 over 1. On the right-hand side, we can just cancel. And on the left side, we'll multiply through using distributive law. So we have 21 over 1 times x plus 4 over 7 plus 21 over 1 times 2 over 3. And now let's divide. 7 divides into 21 3 times, and 3 divides into 21 7 times. Now, here's something that one has to be careful with. Let's rewrite this term. Let's be careful to multiply 3 times this entire numerator. Just to emphasize that, we can put a pair of parentheses around the x plus 4. So again, we're using the distributive law, and in this term we have 3x plus 3 times 4 plus 12. Okay, next term, 7 times 2, that's 14, is equal to 5. So we're going to add these two like terms, 12 plus 14, we have 26, and isolate the x term, subtract 26 from both sides. And we have 3x is equal to negative 21. And now let's divide by 3. And we have x is equal to negative 7. And then before we have the denominators of 3, 2, and 6. So the smallest number that all 3 divide into evenly would be 6. So we're going to use 6. We're going to multiply both sides by 6. Or 6 over 1. And again, distribute. On the right-hand side, I'll just cancel these 6's. Let's divide 3 into 6. We have 2. Let's divide 2 into 6. So we have 3. And now again, we have to be careful here. When we rewrite this term, we have to multiply 2 across this entire numerator. So I'm going to put parentheses around it and do the distributive law again. 2 times 3x is 6x, minus 2 times 1 minus 2, plus 3x is equal to 5. Now we'll combine the 3x and the 6x, these two like terms. And now we want to isolate this x term, so I'm going to add 2 to both sides. And divide both sides by 9. And we have x is equal to 7 over 9.